If you have ever experienced any feelings of, mental health issues, feeling depressed, not like yourself, confused or lost, then this video is absolutely for you. And you are not weak for struggling. You are strong for facing your battles head on. My videos are hard to watch in particular because they're meant to be triggering. And having said that, if you have somebody that is struggling mentally, that you love and you don't know how to care for, well, then these videos are for you as well. And if you are in the mental health field at all as a professional, then they're absolutely for you. And then that's when we cross over into the additional challenge of need for further investigation into what's happening. So, any type of mental health issues at all or feeling not like yourself, definitely stay tuned and watch this video. It is absolutely for you, and I honor you for having the strength to be able to face whatever you're dealing with. And sometimes the people around you won't understand your journey. They don't need to. It's not for them to understand. It's for you. So know that every single one of these videos that I'm sharing parts of my story with for you is so that I'm hoping with the intentions to connect to your soul and also for further education. And so you are absolutely not alone. I'm so tired. So it's the afternoon. Like, if somebody were to actually watch, if somebody were spying on me 24/7, they go, this girl's not okay. It would take some time to figure that out, though, because what I would present, and that's kind of what I'm really trying to get at with teaching mental health and physical health and how that relates. Obviously, so depression is the body, it really is the body needing deep rest, and I've learned it's anger turned inward. Misunderstandings of that, but that's the opportunity for healing. However, what I'm, I guess, doing and out to set, so my intentions are always to educate and help empower people. And it's the videos are, everything we always do, every human, right? We have to understand our first base is everything we do is for ourselves. Nobody does anything against anyone, ironically. That's like the internal battle. Like, we're a reflection of each other. I even understand that, and that's why I have to heal. It's because I'm so not okay, but that's the process part. So right now, yesterday I had a massively crazy day with an event that, it's like something happened that as a human, and my soul and who I am, because it's so important for me to help. But that's kind of the issue, is I can't help everyone unless I help myself. And you want to stop and help everyone, but this in particular, something happened that was pretty major, and this person needed help, and I had to do something, because but it's triggering because that's my PTSD, and then the situations, it's kind of that's the cycle in the event. You see something that's extremely unjust, it's you do something, you want to be the helper, but it does suck up and take your energy. So then you go back to, how can I go back to my day to be a human and function? Well, I only have limited capacity on that, and then physically I crash. So I don't do much in the last number of years. So the person that I was really prior to 2020 versus the person that I am is, in this severe clinical depression the last number of years because of the things that have happened. But when my medical records were looked at, there would be a period of time in life, and I'm trying to guess this, the message to educate the educated is, and what really happened, because they only looked at files. So there's something happened 7 years ago, and then something happened before that. So now we really, in my situation, take away further rights and not help the way that they should have, because they couldn't look at the bigger picture. I'm saying look at the bigger picture. And but as a person who's unwell, who is unable to see that when you're in the situation, that's you don't understand that. So the body and the brain, I'm understanding for coping mechanisms for a period of time. So our lives, it's like they say, like almost like we get a new life every 7 years, almost in a way. Think about how different you were from 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, 21. Like as a human, how different we are. So it's kind of that relevance. How long can you go? So when, a period of life when you're called upon to serve different. So in my circumstance, called upon for serving my child, my husband, my family, etc. I answered that calling. I did that. Okay, the crash came from that other things that were unjust that were brought up. The crash. I can't play that character anymore. And what help and support. And this is like the dopamine restoring. So there's the part that's still the work that has to be done, right? But the physical things that happen and the depression that's so deep. Well, this is what I'm trying to get at as well, for people to understand on both sides. What type of help does a person have, and what type of skills did they learn? And that's our brain in a cycle that takes us back to childlike state in some areas, or to a different state, like what role, depending on who's in our life and how we're triggered and how we're able to respond to that, both physically and mentally. So self-mastery is very important for us to understand that for ourselves, but the empathy and the sort of like, it's important for me to, like, globally or worldly too, because I care about the world. I genuinely do. And that's ironically what's killing me, because it's like I want to help everybody. Okay, there's like, I want to help. You have to learn you're a world. You're important. So the only things I'm really able to do I do a lot of inner work alone, and that's why every single day I make so much effort. What I do really is, like, I'm doing my own program. So in that cycle, I had created the programs. I'm trying to help. Now I'm going back and doing the programs because I don't have it in me with what the things have happened to help the way at the capacity I did anymore until I'm the next step better, because I want to get back to the world of being able to interact more with people. But the interactions I have face to face with people is very, very limited, because it completely drains my energy, which causes then physical symptoms. But I'm much better than I was, that I can present better. Even the situation, let's say how bad it was last year and where I was, I've gotten better. So that's why I know in ways that the theories are right, because I'm healing in those timelines. But the understanding would be what it would look like, because the only thing I'm really able to do, because it's like I have the relationships you have with yourself, that core, and that stems then into a cycle, and then that takes us into the next layer. So the relationships we have with the closest people with us, the family, the social life. Okay, well then that health and wealth. So I have this chart, but it's always ongoing, and that's where it's like a game character. Where are you at? I'm trying to work the cycle of that, and there's so many different things. So it's always working in a cycle, but my brain is so overactive that it then crashes me. So I'm in a way in the health area is that I'm trying to severely repair it. So it's like I can appear strong for a very limited time. So if somebody were to watch, okay, but that's the prescription too, is I'm physically not well, mentally not well, but I'm such a good performer, even a performer in my own life of pride, because that's where it's like you show up because you don't want other people to see you unwell. So the part I hide is when it's like behind closed doors, but I do that privately. Well, a lot of people could understand that, I think, themselves too. So there's different profiles of people who are like look at me, I need attention, and I as a victim, when they take up all the space. And that's what I'm trying, the irony of the real victims that never, they feel so guilty talking, or they've spoke and dangerous things happen. And that's where I say reading between the lines. That's what I had to understand, is that in sharing your story or opening up, that is about you, so you can heal, and there's an education component. But the difference of how people do that too, like I don't put my stuff on other people and dump it on them, but for some reason that seemed like I've attracted people that do that and project it at me, which became very dangerous. And then that's another irony. So I didn't know how to set those boundaries, so I'm working through that. And that's why I had to almost tell everybody. It's like I didn't know it go away, because I'm so not okay. I'm so drained. I can't have any relationship or friendships or clients or people, anything, until I can work this out, because I'm so not okay. So I don't reject help. I need help, but it can't come the way that people think anymore. And it's not because I don't care. It's because I care too much. And until I can work this out, that's just what it is. So that's the cycles that we can go through. The cycles are, it depends on that timeline, on what people need. And there's no shame, and it should be that you need to take care of yourself. But I also have the theory, so if you feel sorry for yourself, you have to think of what you're doing for the world. So I genuinely believe every day I do something, I just don't make an announcement for someone else. That's like my secret on what I do. And I believe you have to give 10 times more than what you take. You do. And you have to work out, what are you giving? Because it's an energy exchange, but you're allowed, and this is what I'm working, to take what you've earned, versus like just rejecting things and thinking you're not a person or valuable. So as right now, I'm trying, because it's a little bit in the evening and I lost all my energy, but I'm trying. I'm like, can I get the energy? Should I go? There's an opportunity to interact with other people in like a church group thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm just trying to figure out if I'll have the energy for that, because I find whenever I get into, even if I'm just hiding in the crowd, just being around people does drain me, but it's good. It can fill me. Sometimes not. I don't know. So I'm working through that right now. But it would be interesting, because that's kind of the perception people have, is really what I'm trying to get at, is their own. So as you watch if you've seen any of my videos, that's what I'm trying to say, is looking at it, your interpretation of them is yours and your own. That's why it's your personal development trivia. Yours. And that's what we share together. Even if you throw a hate or something is triggered, that you interpret me the wrong way, that is not about me, it's about you. But I've had to learn these videos, it's about me, yeah, of course. That I've had to learn what the projections of people being mean or angry or cruel or hurting me is about them. And that it's not about me at all either, but we live in a world together. So that's where I've learned the videos, my intention are to help and to heal both sides of this. Both sides. Because I'm not okay. And if somebody's watching and they believe they are okay, well then I would challenge you need to do more investigating and helping, because that's a lot of privilege. And that means you have strength and you need to do something. And if you're a person watching and you're not okay, well then we're connected and we can heal together. And I invite you to continue to watch the journey.